Okay, so hello guys, I hope you all are doing well. So in this workshop we'll be going through Unreal Engine from very basic level, and in this we'll be starting our our first person game. We'll be constructing that from really basic level. So let's get started. So at first this is the Unreal window when you'll open it, and after selecting the first person mode. So this is our level editor basically. It has a menu bar, toolbar, viewport, which is basically this. All your main works are done here. Next one we have our details panel. Whatever object is selected in World Outliner, its details will be here. Next we have is World Outliner. All the things in your viewport, starting from camera to this stair to this person standing here, everything will be there in this viewport. Next we are having our content browser. So content browser basically has everything that we need to put it in our game. We can import from here also. So in this we'll be creating a first person game. So let's get started. Today we'll be creating a jump pad so that whenever a player goes through it, it just automatically jumps. And second one is creating collectibles, for example let's say coins, and we'll be going through basic of textures. So let's get started. So blueprints is basically when you'll select this third person. When you select this first person, few blueprints will be loaded by Unreal by default. Let's go to this third person blueprint, and in this blueprint section in content browser you can see this third person character and third person game mode are already here. So let's just create a new blueprint for our jump pad. We'll right click, select the blueprint class, and now we are having all these options for our blueprints. We have discussed all of them in detail in our previous video. You can go and check that out. So for now we'll be using our actor blueprint. Let's just rename it. Okay, it won't. So let's just open it. Wait a minute. Yeah, we'll create a blueprint class and we'll name it as jump pad, and we are good to go. We'll open our blueprint. So what blueprints basically are, it makes our game and objects more interactive. We can create blueprints by visual scripting instead of writing lines and lines of code. So let's get started. Suppose we want our jump pad to look like a flat surface, so our player can actually go on that. So we'll go to add component. Let's take it cylinder. Yep, we got that. And now this is too much big. Let's just resize it to look it like actually our player can stand on it. Or you can just resize it from this details panel in scaling section. It's okay. It's just too much thick. Wait a minute. I hope this will work. Yeah, it's perfect right now. So what happens when our player will go over this, it will just jump and our player will just lift upwards. But for that to happen, we need to create a trigger for that, so that whenever our player enters, it will just receive a trigger ki, okay, we have to make our player jump. So for that we'll go to add component and we'll search for a box collision. Yep, here it is. So let's just resize it because it was too small. make sure that it completely covers your platform. Yep, and we are good to go. So now in cylinders, make sure, let's go to the cylinder in collision section. Yeah, make sure your generate overlap events is ticked and select your collision presets to no collision. Yep, that's okay. And in your box, since it's a trigger, so go to collision presets and set it as a trigger. Yep. So yeah, that's it. And now we'll be actually scripting so that our player will just jump whenever it steps on it. So we'll go to event graph. So our event graph is basically it uses function call to perform actions in our gameplay. So we'll start with our first event. You can just right click and start it. First one we need is event actor. Begin overlap. Yep, here it is. So what this basically does is it gives the collision response between actor whenever it overlaps. We'll just, yeah, it's done. Both the actor and our box that we have created has to overlap, then this function will be called. So we'll take a node and we'll just connect it to a branch. Branch is basically your if statements in C++, which has a true condition and a false condition. Next we'll just give this a equal sign. Yup, equal object. And for this we need a player spawn so that we actually know when our player and our box is actually overlapping. We'll get player pawn, we'll get our player's location. Okay, now when all of this thing is happening, what we need is this will go to our condition, this node. Yeah, then we'll cast it to a character if our condition is true and it's overlapping. Yep, cast to character. We'll take a return value and of our players and then cast it here. Yep. And what we actually need to do is make our player jump. So we'll use a launch character. Yep, this, oh no, that's the wrong one. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, let's just, yeah. So basically we have a jump pad right now. Now what we need is wait, we'll do the scripting afterwards. Let's just make another blueprint for our collectibles first. We'll need a blueprint class and we'll go to our actor again. Let's name it as collectible Yep. So basically in this I have this coin thing. It's really small right now. Wait, let me just open it and show you. Yeah, so basically it's really small and it doesn't have any texture or anything. So it just looks very pale. We'll add textures to it and then we'll add it in our game so that our player can actually collect it. So for that we have to create a material basically. Materials are used for any visual scripting in Unreal. It can be applied to meshes, particles and UI element. Let's just create a material for our coin. I'll name it as coin. Yep, good. We'll open it. So that's how our material looks like. Right now it shows how our coin basically looks. It's just plain, nothing is there. We need to add textures to it. So let's just go to texture sample. Yep. And here's right now nothing is assigned. We'll go to this texture and select our, yep, I'm having it here. And it will take some time to compile. We'll plug it into our base color. Now what we need, it just provides the base color to our main coin, but we need a normal for this, a normal map which provides additional details, giving the illusion that surface has many more polygons than it's actually rendered. So wait, we need another texture sample. You can press T and left click. Yeah, cool. So we'll add a normal map here. And we'll plug it into normal. So we are basically done. Our coin is ready. We'll save it. Yep, it's doing its work. And yeah, we are done with our coin. Now let's see our coin now. Where is it? Let's just... Oof. Yep. So right now our coin is still very basic. What we have to do it in the details panel, we have to go to material and add the materials which we have created. We have created this coin material. So let's add it to our coin. And you can see our coin is pretty much ready. Let's add it to our scene so you can see it even more clearly. Yep, this is our... Let's just delete this thing. Yep. So we'll add our coin here. It's very small. Let me just enlarge it. Yep, that's it. So you can see our coin here. So what that normal map does is it's actually a sphere, to be honest, but the normal maps makes it look that it's carved in a really good manner. So what we'll do is we have created one blueprint for our collectibles. Let's just delete it right now. Yeah, here we go. So again, since we have a coin to collect, it's cylindrical. We'll select cylinder. Yep. Again, we have to resize it. Let's just do it manually. Oof. Yeah, this one will be okay. And now to this cylinder, we want to add a mesh we have created, that is our coin. So what we'll do is we have a static mesh here. We'll add our coin to this. Yep. Here it is. And to our materials, we'll add the materials that we have added to our coin. That is the coin material only. Yep. So it's basically here, but it's too small to see. Let's just resize it. We can make it. Yep. So it's basically done. And for this also we need a trigger. Let's make it circle. Sphere collision. Yep. We have it here. Right now it's too big. So now what will happen, whenever our player will come under this sphere, the coin will automatically be collected. Now of course you don't want to actually go to the coin and collect it. So right now it's too big. Let's just reduce the sphere radius to 15 maybe. Yeah, that's perfect. So what will happen, whenever our player will enter the region overlap with this sphere, our coin will be collected. So we'll write event for this so that it actually happens. What will happen, the coin will be destroyed whenever the player enters. So the coin will not be in our scene anymore. We'll go to our events graph. Again we'll start with event actor, begin overlap. Yep. Again, like the previous script, we'll branch it. And we need a player pawn to know that if the player is actually colliding. Yeah. And if it is, we need a equal sign. We need our object. Yep. What we'll do is, if these values are equal, we'll branch it to our condition. Yep, the node goes here. And if that thing is true, we'll just destroy our actor, which is our coin, so that it's just collected. Destroy actor. Yep. Target is self. Okay, we are done with it. This is pretty much it. Let's just compile and save it. Yep. Now you can see our collectible is actually ready. Wait, did we just open it? Yeah, we need to rotate it since it's horizontal. We need it. Yeah, we'll just rotate it. Yeah, that's good. Compile, save it. Okay, now when you'll go back, suppose let's place our coin here. It's still too small. Wait, let's resize it again. Let's make it 15. And this and this. I hope that will work. Compile, save. And yeah, let's add it here. Yeah, I guess this coin will work. Make sure it's in your scene. Yeah, and when we hit the play button, you can see, yeah, this is our player. It will just go and collect the coin, and yep, it's collected. Now since it looks really monotonous, let's just rotate our coin. Even this coin is, wait, yeah, it's still not perfectly aligned. We'll go to our events graph, and now for rotating our coin, we'll add an event tick to it. Basically what an event tick is, an event tick is called every frame if the ticking is enabled. So it's basically the more event ticks you have, the less your FPS will be. So let's just add it, event tick. Yeah, now that we have it here, we'll add it to actor local rotation. Yeah, target is cell, and let's just rotate it with a speed of 3. Yeah, hit compile, then save it. Now it should probably work. Let's just hit play button. Yeah, and you can see that our coin is actually moving and our player can just collect it. So like that we can add multiple coins. Since our blueprint is ready, we can add one here, another, like it should come in your scene. Make sure that it does not just, yeah, it should not be halfway through your floor. So yeah, basically a player can collect every one of them whenever it just enters that trigger of it, like this one, and yep. So that's pretty much it. And now since you know our background, it's looking really pale, what we can do is we can add a texture to it, or we can just, what to say, make a new level to make it look more good. Wait, let's just go to our jump pad. Yeah, we left it here. Let me just, I guess it needs to be compiled beforehand. Let's just make another one. Blueprint class, our actor, jump pad. Yep. We'll select the cylinder, add component, cylinder cool. We'll resize it. Let's just do it from here. Yep, that's good. And yeah, a box collision. Yeah, wait, let's just increase the size of the box. Yeah, this will do good. Now for our cylinder, we have selected our presets as no collision. And for our box, it was our trigger. Generate overlap events is ticked. Yep, our trigger. Yeah, good. Let's just compile it, save it. Now go to your events graph, add actor. Begin overlap, yep. We'll branch it. We'll need a player pawn. And yep, an equal sign. For our object, yep. If these are equal, this will be our condition. Set it to true. And we'll cast it to character. Yep. We'll take our player pawn and plug it here in the object. Now what we can do is we need an event. Launch character. Yep. It will just basically throw our player with a velocity upwards, that is in our C direction. Character will be our target. Yep. And now let's just throw it with a velocity of what to say, 500. Looks good. Yep. Now just this thing is ready. We'll just compile it, save, and yeah, our jump pad is here. Let's just add it here. Yep, this thing is added a bit, yeah, like this. Cool. So our jump pad is ready, our collectibles are ready. Let's just go into this. So see, whenever our player will it just jumps automatically. It's just jumping too low, collecting the coins. Similarly, we can add various jump pads to our game. Wait, let me just increase the velocity. Let's do it 1000. Yep, that works good. Compile it and just save it. And yep, now if we'll just run our game, it will just jump with even more velocity. Yeah, as you can see. And the coin is collected if the player just falls in the region of it. Similarly, we can add various jump pads to our game. And for now our level looks really basic. Let's just modify it a bit. Let's just rotate it. I guess, yeah, this would do. Okay, wait. Yep. Our floor is too big. Let's just resize it to half of it. Let's say 5 and 5. This is our player. It's still too big. Wait, let's just reduce it even more. I guess, yeah, that will do. Let's just remove this wall. Select our floor. Let's do it 1.5. And 1.5. Yep, now we'll go into a scene. What we can do is add jump pads here and one here. It's just into our ground. Oof. Yep. Yeah, that looks good. We can add collectibles. Where are they? Like one here. Make sure it does not go into the ground. Let's make a jump pad here. Add a cube here so that our player can jump onto it. This position will do good. Let's place our coin here. Yeah, cool. Let's just start and see whether that thing is working or not. Yeah, there it is. This is our jump pad. I guess it will throw it really far away. Yup, never mind. We need to put the cube a bit far more away. Yeah, so that's it. And next we can go through is our textures that I have talked about. Like you can see everything looks so plain here. What we can do is instead of using this pre-made template from Unreal, we can go to file and add a new level. This one looks good. Let's just go to it, save our work. Yeah, we don't need this, delete. Okay, we have read it, Control L for sun. Yeah, delete it. And yeah, you can see as per the, yeah, we can control the sun by it. It's just predefined template, or you can do it from the lighting also, not a big deal. Let's just keep it to evening right now. And we can, it's too small, we can create our own landscape and sculpt it. Let's go to our landscape section. Yep, we can see this will be our landscape. It's just too big right now. Let me do it to 31 into 31. Yep. Yeah, that looks cool. And let's just, oh wait a minute. Yeah, so we have a landscape here. Let's just create it. This one will look good. Not even this, you can even import your own landscape from if height maps. Yep, you can just select it from here if you have any, and yep, we can create it. And in landscape too, we can do various things. Yeah, like sculpting, we can smooth, flatten, make a ramp, and all of this. Erosion, then erosion, hydro erosion, that basically makes our land more damp. You can increase the brush size to, let's say, 2048. Yep, you can see it's just going dark because it's compiling the shaders at the same time. don't mind that. Yeah, we can create and sculpt our land with various tools. We can even flatten it like this. We can use erosion in this. It's just taking, yeah, our erosion, as you can see. Then we have our hydro erosion. Yeah, it makes our land looks damp. Yeah, you can see due to this hydro erosion. And we can go to a landscape again. Yeah, you can do pretty much it and create your landscape. What basically happens is that people just create landscape and add mountains or huge buildings at the end of it so that it looks endless. What we can do is, let's just undo these. Go to a landscape. Yup. Yeah, shaders also compiled. It just takes time, so you need to have patience for that too. Yeah, since our landscape is done, what we can do is move up, sculpt it a bit, I guess. Let's just let me just increase the, yep. We can create. Right now they'll just look really irregular. Later we'll be adding texture to our ground so that it does not look so plain and dull. And for our textures we'll be using more parameters that we saw in our materials. Yeah, let's just make it anyway. And here I'll be telling you the need to add assets. Yeah, let's just go with this, although it looks really bad, but you can sculpt using various tools also. Let's just hit play and see. It just goes dark because it's just compile the shaders and it takes time. Cool. Now let's just add textures to it. A landscape. Hit escape. Yeah, for adding texture we need a material. Let's just say name it as our landscape. Yeah, for this just open it. Now I already have textures, so it includes, wait, let me add texture sample. Yep, hit T and you can have it one like this, normal, for AO also, and for roughness. Yep, let's organize it a bit. Yeah, you can add it, like I'm having one sand texture. Yeah, this one. Then we'll add one to here. mm, yeah, this one. And this is our normal map. We have roughness and AO2. Where is it? Yep. And then this one will have a roughness. Sand rough. Okay, so we'll just plug it in. This one will go to our base color. This is our normal map. It will go to the normal. Next we are having our roughness. We'll take it and plug it into roughness. And next we are having our AO. Yep, we'll do it here. Let's just compile it and save it. Yep, it's pretty much done. We'll go to a project, and this is our landscape. We'll add a material, landscape material. Right now it's none. You can just directly drag and drop it. Okay, so since it's compiling shaders, we have to wait for a bit, and then you can see, yep, we are done with it. So what's that normal does it? You can see that beachy waves kind of look in our sand. That's with the help of normal, although it's still just a plain surface, but it's giving us a look that it has waves around it. Let's just hit play. It's compiling shaders, so it's initially dark in the beginning, and yeah, now also it's look really monotonous, because we know in real life nothing is uniform, it's always non-uniform. So perfect sand mountains like this doesn't exist. So that's just for our review, that our sand texture has been successfully done. Now we need to blend various layers to make sure our sand looks realistic. Right now it's very monotonous. What we will do now is we can blend various textures. For that we need a material. Let's name it as master material, because we'll be using various textures in this. And one thing that we need in this is our layer blend. Oh wait. Where is it? Yeah, landscape layer blend, my bad. Okay, so we are having this thing, and now you can see this layer blend has 0 array elements, and these array elements correspond to your textures that you can add. You can add various array elements. For that you have to add textures too. Suppose let's add 4. Yep, let's add one more. Yep, 4 array elements. So now let's just rename them fast. Let's name it as a sand. Let's name it as rock. Let's say this will be our surface, and yeah, let's Yeah, so since you can see, based on the array elements, it has created input for itself. Previously it does not have any input, and we can just plug into a base color. Similarly, we need to create more for a roughness, normal, which is really important, and AO. Let's just add it quickly. Need a texture sample. After that, you can paint it to your landscape. Yep, texture sample, or T and left click. Yep, let's go like this. Add texture to it. Add here. For this, you need to have textures imported in your content browser. Along with texture, you need normal and roughness as you like. Surface. And the last one is, it was a clay, right? Yep, a texture. Yeah, we can just plug it to our layer blend. This is the first one, second, third, and fourth. Similarly, we need 3 more for our roughness, AO, and normal. Let's just copy and paste it. Let's just select all of them. Control C and just paste it one, and then next time, and one more time. Yep, we are done. It's pretty unorganized. Wait, let's just organize it. Wait, let's just name it as our we'll just delete this node. Yeah, we are done here. And let's just add one texture sample for our clay. Yep, add it to where our base color is done. Now we need it for our roughness. Wait, we'll organize it a bit. It's too messy right now. Yep, they are here, and these 4 here. For our rough, we'll need one more texture sample. This will go into our roughness one. Let's just take this one, plug its output into roughness, and since it has the texture thing, let's just change it to our roughness map. Next we have is Next we are having our surface. Oh no, this is our clay. This is our surface. And then last our clay. Yep. So we are pretty much done with our roughness. Now let's go to a normal, important one. Here, plug it in normal. Let's have everything you need right now. Let's just shift the mirror. It's just too messy right now. Yeah, and this one, alas. We'll plug it into our last one. This is a normal map, so let's just go for normal. It will look really messy right now, but once you learn it, you will get habituated of this thing. You can see a normal map basically has those textures and 3D details, but actually our surface will be looking plain. And last one we'll be going with our AO. Then you'll be pretty much done. Then it will be just painting this whole thing into your land. Our sand, yep. Here, this one is extra high. Have a rock. Surface and this clay. Oh, you can see I have all these textures beforehand. I have imported them. Let's go to this. And yeah. So this is pretty much it for our. So what it basically does, it will blend all the 4 layers and we'll get a better landscape than a previous one. Let's just save it and I'll close it. Okay, it's done. Now I'll go to a landscape in details panel. Yep, there is a master material. It's cloudy because basically it can't decide which texture to actually show. We haven't even mentioned in what ratio we'll be showing which texture. So let's just change it with a master material. As expected, it will go black for a moment because it will be compiling shaders after that. it will just go black, because since our device can't decide which one to display and which one to not, so it's pretty normal if it goes black. Let it just compile the shaders for now. We'll go back to a landscape till then. Paint, of course. See, it has become all cloudy and black. Yep, it's okay, don't get afraid. Now you can see we have all those 4 layers. We need to just add it. Okay, let's just go with it. Let it just compile the shaders for now. Yep, we'll add this one. We'll add this one too. And yep, we'll add this one. After you have done, you can see it's back to normal. If it's not, if it's still black, don't worry, just right click on it and just click on fill layer. It will fill the whole layer with whatever layer you have selected. Suppose I selected rock and fill layer. It will just fill your whole landscape with rock. Let it just compile shader. It will take time. And that's too much load for your laptop to have. Let's just move up so that we can have. After the shaders are done, we can see the rocky surface all over our land. Now this is the moment I realize I should have a better PC. Okay. Yeah, sand one looks better. Let's just go with it. And now, wait. You can see by default we have sand all over here. And now we can start painting our land. Let's go. Paint sand, it's already here. Let's paint it with rock. It will go dark eventually. Let's have it. Oof, again compiling shaders. Let's just have it. Let's just decrease my brush size. Yup. Okay, we'll have it here. We'll have it here also. Let's get it. Well, now let it just compile. Till now we can add our coins and jump pads here. Collectible. That's too small. And it's under the ground. Yep. So this is where our player will actually spawn. Let's add it around him. And here. And the jump pads. Yep. Let's just hit play for now. I hope it will work well. Shaders are still compiling. and it's all dark because compilation isn't completed yet. And here we jump, collected coins. Yep, and in shadow it will go all black, you can't even see the player. And yep, that's good. So for this you have to basically wait for your shaders to compile, which will take time, but it will be done eventually. And here we can and yes, one more thing, as you can see, this sand is actually a plain surface, although it's giving a 3D look. That's why the same thing is with rocks, it will look 3D but it's actually a 2D and with a uniform pattern, so it will look like some, what to say, a pattern being repeated again and again, which looks really monotonous. That's why there's a need to add 3D assets. They are just to provide a basic color to your landscape, and we need a lot of rocks everywhere to add, because that will just look as if some pattern is being repeated and it will look really monotonous. So in next video, in next workshop, we'll be learning how to make more movements and even enemies so that they can attack our player, and we'll move forward in this FPS. And then yeah, that's it. I have to just wait for shaders to compile. It will take some time. Yeah, do you guys have any questions you can ask? Or I'll just find up the workshop. Yeah, this thing will take time. And streaming and compiling, oof. Wait, I'm having some assets also. Let me just, wait, I don't need it. Some meshes, yep. We can just add them directly to make our game look more interactive, but it will be just random for now. That's just the outline, wait. Oh, yeah, I have to delete this thing. Wait, let's just add something else like this. It's just randomly added right now. In next workshop we can have a more good level, like a much better level. Yeah, we can have them pretty much as well. Oh, still the shader is not compiled. This undone thing is here. And this is where we can add a jump pad, go there and collect a coin. Yup. So yeah, that's it for this workshop. We'll meet in next workshop. I'll make sure I'll do this level I'll complete this because completing it while streaming is really hectic for my PC. So yeah, let's just wind it off and stay safe. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.